Sometimes the heart whispers what the lips cannot say. And in that quiet, hidden world, love blooms in silence. There is a peculiar magic in the very first stirrings of love, a magic that no one notices except the heart that feels it. The secret beginning of love is often invisible, unfolding quietly in the spaces between ordinary moments. It starts not with grand gestures or loud declarations, but with a subtle awareness that someone has entered your life in a way that changes everything. I remember the first time I saw you, how the world seemed ordinary around me, yet something inside me shifted imperceptibly. It was as if a new light had touched my soul, and though I could not explain it to anyone, I felt it deeply. This love began in silence, without notice, growing in the small, unnoticed corners of everyday life. I began to look for reasons to see you, even fleetingly, as though your presence alone had the power to brighten the dullest day. The way you laughed, the way you tilted your head when lost in thought, the soft warmth in your eyes when you spoke to others, it all became a quiet obsession of the heart. And though the world around me remained unaware, a universe of emotions expanded within me. I began to feel the thrill of your proximity and the ache of your absence, and it was a secret no one could ever know. At first, it was confusing, this silent love. I found myself caught between the desire to reveal my feelings and the instinct to protect them in the hidden chambers of my heart. Every glance you gave, every word you spoke, became a story I interpreted in the secret language of longing. I cherished moments that others might find trivial, a brush of your hand against mine, a shared smile in passing, as if they were the most profound experiences of my life. In those early days, I realized that love does not always announce itself with fireworks, sometimes it arrives as a whisper, barely audible, but impossible to ignore. And so, the secret beginning of love unfolded, quietly shaping every thought and action. It was a love that could not yet be claimed, a love that existed in the shadows of my own emotions, tender and fragile, growing stronger with each passing day. It taught me patience, subtlety, and a strange joy in feeling deeply without exposure. Every heartbeat, every fleeting thought, every stolen moment was a testament to the quiet power of love that had begun its delicate journey. Love often speaks loudest in the moments where no words are spoken, in the glances that linger a second too long, in the gentle brush of hands that goes unnoticed by the world. These unspoken moments are where the heart communicates most clearly, where every subtle gesture carries the weight of feelings too deep to voice. I discovered that in loving you silently, I became attuned to a language of small things, the tilt of your head when you were curious, the way your eyes sparkled when something amused you, the quiet way you listened when others spoke. Each of these fleeting moments left an imprint on my heart, a record of emotions no one else could see. There were countless instances when your presence alone conveyed everything words could never capture. A shared smile in a crowded room felt like an entire conversation, and the brush of our fingers as we passed each other held a tenderness I could not describe. I memorized the cadence of your laughter, the pauses in your speech, the little quirks that made you uniquely you, finding in them a silent intimacy that the world would never witness. These unspoken moments became treasures, secret jewels I kept in the hidden chambers of my heart, each one a reminder of the quiet love that grew stronger with every passing day. Sometimes, I would watch you from a distance, noticing the way your expression changed in different situations, and feel a rush of emotions I could not name. The unspoken understanding I began to feel between us, even without words, was a delicate thread connecting my heart to yours. In those moments, I realized that love is not only expressed through speech or grand gestures, but also in the subtle, almost invisible ways we notice each other, even when nothing is said. Every glance, every small act of kindness, every moment where our worlds brushed lightly without recognition became part of a silent conversation, a dialogue only my heart could interpret. In this quiet love, I learned to read between the lines of ordinary life, to find meaning in the pauses and silences, and to cherish every fleeting, intimate gesture. It was a love that thrived not in proclamation, but in the delicate tension between longing and restraint. The unspoken moments became my refuge, a private universe where I could witness the depth of my feelings without exposing them, a space where every glance, every smile, every subtle interaction carried the weight of unvoiced devotion. Loving someone in silence is a beautiful agony, a quiet ache that lives deep within the heart. It is the kind of pain that cannot be seen, a sorrow wrapped in tenderness, felt only by the one who carries it. Every unspoken word, every withheld confession, becomes a weight that presses gently yet persistently on the soul. I loved you in silence, and in that love, I discovered a bittersweet tension between joy and longing. The joy came from simply being near you, from witnessing your happiness and feeling it echo in my own heart. The longing came from the knowledge that you would never know the depths of my feelings unless I dared to speak, and the fear of disrupting what existed between us held me back. There were countless moments when the pain of silence made itself known. When I watched you laugh with someone else, I felt a tug of longing that was both sweet and sharp. When you confided in another, I wished I could be the one you trusted, the one you turned to, yet I remained silent, hiding my heart behind a calm exterior. Every day, the quiet love I nurtured inside me became a fragile burden, one that required patience, restraint, and the quiet courage to endure. I smiled when it was expected, laughed when it was natural, yet underneath, my heart was alive with unspoken words that throbbed like a constant rhythm I could not escape. The pain of silence is not always obvious. It creeps in subtly, through moments that might seem ordinary to anyone else. The way your absence feels heavier than anyone could understand, the longing in my chest when I see you with someone else, the ache in knowing that I can only admire from afar, all these little pangs add up to a quiet, persistent sorrow. And yet, even as it hurts, there is a strange sweetness to this suffering, a tenderness that teaches the heart to feel deeply, to care without expectation, and to love unconditionally. Every unspoken word, every secret glance, every hidden heartbeat becomes part of a story that belongs only to me, a story of love that is both painful and profound, existing entirely in the spaces where silence reigns. Silent love does not exist only in the world outside, it thrives most powerfully in the inner world of the heart. Loving you in silence created a universe within me, a private sanctuary where every thought, every emotion, every dream revolved around you. In that inner world, you were present in every detail of my life, the way sunlight touched your hair, the sound of your laughter, the warmth of your smile, and yet, this universe remained invisible to everyone else. It was a world where I could cherish you without restraint, where I could replay every moment we shared, every glance, every word, as though time itself had slowed to let me savor them. In this secret realm, my feelings grew, deepened, and took on dimensions that the outside world could never witness. I imagined conversations we might have, tender gestures I longed to give, and moments of closeness that existed only in my mind. Every decision I made, every small act of kindness I offered to the world, was colored by the quiet love I held for you. Even when life carried me away with its ordinary routines, my inner world remained anchored in you, a sanctuary where my heart could express its truest self without fear of rejection or misunderstanding. The inner world of love is also a place of reflection. In silence, I learned to understand the depth of my own emotions, to explore why your presence affected me so profoundly, and to recognize the beauty in loving without ownership. It was a place where longing was not weakness but a form of devotion, where desire was not selfish but a way to celebrate the essence of another soul. Every heartbeat, every thought, every imagined smile became a testament to the power of love unspoken, a reminder that sometimes the most meaningful connections exist entirely within the heart. In this private universe, I discovered that love shapes not only the way we see others, but the way we see ourselves. Loving you silently taught me patience, empathy, and the ability to find joy in simplicity. I began to notice the subtle rhythms of life, the quiet beauty in ordinary moments, and the magic in fleeting interactions. My inner world became a refuge, a place where your essence mingled with my thoughts, where every day carried the gentle weight of devotion, and where my love, though unspoken, felt as infinite as the sky itself. Silent love, though beautiful, carries with it a longing that eventually stirs the heart toward courage. There comes a point when the quiet admiration, the hidden glances, and the unspoken words no longer feel enough. Loving you in silence taught me patience, devotion, and the delicate art of observation, but it also nurtured a quiet yearning to finally let my feelings breathe in the open air. The courage to express love is not born in a moment of rash impulse. It grows slowly, nurtured by the intensity of emotion and the hope that what is felt deeply might be understood in return. Every unspoken word I rehearsed 1,000 times in my mind became a stepping stone toward courage. I imagined the moments when I could speak freely, when I could reach for your hand without hesitation, when my voice could finally carry the tenderness I had held captive for so long. The heart longs not only to feel, but also to share, and in that longing there is a gentle bravery. Courage as the bridge between the hidden universe of private affection and the possibility of connection, the trembling step that turns silence into understanding, solitude into companionship. Even the thought of expressing my feelings brings a mixture of exhilaration and fear. The fear of vulnerability, the risk of rejection, the uncertainty of how you might respond, all these shadows accompany the desire to speak. And yet, every glance, every remembered smile, every memory of shared time strengthens the heart, urging it forward despite its tremors. To love silently is to know what it is like to live in a world of unspoken devotion, but to speak is to invite another soul into that world, to make what was once private a shared experience, and to give love the chance to grow beyond the confines of the heart. Courage is not always loud. Sometimes it is as quiet and steady as a heartbeat. It is in the decision to finally speak, to reach out, to let someone know that they have been cherished in every thought and in every secret corner of life. It is the willingness to risk everything for the possibility of connection, to move beyond the comfort of silence, and to offer the gift of your heart fully and without reservation. Loving in silence teaches us how to feel deeply, but courage teaches us how to act, to transform longing into reality, and to let love breathe in ways that words alone cannot capture.